Good morning, Wildcat Nation. Thanks for joining us again. Wildcat Morning. Keaton the Kid couldn't be here today, so we have John Pope.
Morning. How are you guys?
So John's back helping with us today. I don't think I get to say this, but happy Veterans Day.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, should have had you on the show that day.
Yeah.
We had you on all around.
Well, my wife snuck something in, and you guys, and that was very nice of you guys. So
no, we appreciate that. Appreciate everything you and all our other veterans do and have done for our country. It's a big deal, and I think it's unfortunate that less and less people appreciate that as things change around here.
Yeah, I think there's still an overall patriotic day, and everyone makes veterans feel very good. So
well, that's good. Cool. We're looking at John chapter 5. We've got verses 19 through 29. I'm in the ESV. So Jesus said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, the Son can do nothing of his own accord, but only what he sees the Father doing. For whatever the Father does, that the Son does likewise. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all that he himself is doing, and greater works than these will he show him, so that you may marvel. For as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, so also the Son gives life to whom he will. For the Father judges no one, but has given all judgment to the Son, that he may honor the Son, just as they honor the Father. Whoever does not honor the Son does not honor the Father who sent him. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life. He does not come into judgment, but is passed from death to life. Truly, truly, I say to you, an hour is coming, and is now here, when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son to have life in himself, and he has given him authority to execute judgment, because he is the Son of Man. Do not marvel at this, for an hour is coming when all who are in the tombs will hear his voice and come out, those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to resurrection of judgment." So this is a passage which Jesus spoke with to really, really, really irritated the Jews.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because this is where he said, "I am God.
Yeah.
I am equal with God." That's why they considered it blasphemy. That's why they wanted to kill him and all of that. But there's a couple of things in here which I think are just a little bit, when you really focus on them, are just mind-blowing. First of all, he says, "I'm God. I have authority. I'm going to be the judge. And I'm going to give life." Everyone's going to be raised from the dead. It says everyone in the end of that. But then those who put their faith and trust in me are going to go on to heaven because they've claimed my righteousness, but everybody else is not. And that's a very controversial message these days.
Sure. Yeah, no, and that's, we talk about that, you start talking about the hour is near, and, and that, how old is that passage? I mean, it's 2,000 plus years.
Yeah.
But every day it feels like the hour is near.
Right.
And that's what I keep, right now when we're in all this election mess and everybody's, if that's not a kick in the rear to start, whether the hour is near or not, we don't know. It says in the Bible we won't know.
We just don't know what near means.
Yeah, I mean, is it tomorrow? Is it, generations from now? But it doesn't matter, right? I mean, the hour is near. The hour gets closer every hour. If that's not a kick in the rear for Christians to do their thing, I don't know what is. So
well, and regardless of which hour, our hour is always within about 50, 60 years.
Yes.
Our hour is
I don't like to think about that.
And my hour is getting nearer and nearer all the time. I don't know how old you are, John. I'm 50.
I'm 43. So
okay, yeah. So
getting close.
But anyway, hey, if you got more questions about Jesus and the only way to get out of this world alive is through Jesus, and a guy that says that, hey, I got the answer to death, worth taking a look at. Yeah. We'd love to tell you more about that someday. So you can drop a comment, drop me a DM. Be happy to talk to you about that. John, you've been doing a lot on K-ROG, but I don't know that we've ever really just introduced you and who you are to our viewing audience. So.
Yeah, so I've been here, got out of the military 15 years ago, and moved here to Rogersville. My wife, I've got the Edward Jones here in town. My wife teaches third grade. We've got a daughter that's a junior at Drury, and then we've got a daughter, Little B. A lot of people know her.
Yeah.
She is a fifth grader here, but I would say this is the first time I've ever in my life felt like I've had some. When people say, "Where are you from?" Mm-hmm. I grew up in the military family, so it was like, where do you want me to start?
Yeah.
And Rogersville is so warm and open and receptive to new people. And I always felt from day one that this was home, and it was a huge blessing for us to be here. So Yeah, we've just now. I guess we're really not. We're not from here. We didn't graduate from here, but I guess we're implants. But it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
We love this community. So.
Awesome. Well, we're glad that you're here with us, and you do a lot with K-ROG, a lot with the community. So that's a real blessing. So today's Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are superstitious. I'm really not. I was trying to think, because I had this question I'm going to ask you, if there's anything that you're superstitious about. But as I was thinking about that question for myself, I couldn't really come up with anything that I'm superstitious about. I'm very much a person of habit.
Yeah.
And so I do a lot of things, and if I get out of certain routines, I'm not happy with that. I have routines I like to do, but I don't know that that's superstitious.
No, I think we are to some degree, but in an opposite way. 13 is actually one of my lucky numbers. Mm-hmm. When I was in the military and I'd go through all these schools, for whatever reason, my last number would be 13. So I was like, okay, at first I was like, oh man, I got 13, but then at every school and I'd pass it. If you watch the K-ROG or the not Chain Gang show
on K-ROG,
you would know my family's huge OU fans. And
yeah, I think we're aware.
We are superstitious when it comes to that. If they win a big game and you've got an outfit on, you've got to wear that every game the rest of the season. So
okay.
I know it helps the team. I know,
Yeah, of course.
But overall, no, I didn't wake up this morning thinking, what's going to happen today. 2020 has really been Friday the 13th for.
It kind of has. It's one big Friday the 13th.
Yeah, so.
I think if I'm superstitious about anything, I think it's bad luck to carry a handgun without a round in the chamber.
Yeah.
I think that's bad luck.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go from there.
Yeah, no, there's several things. Like, I don't walk under a ladder. That's more just my grandpa kicking me in the rear saying, don't walk under ladders.
Right.
But
put a cowboy hat on your bed?
No, I've never really worn a cowboy hat, but I was watching that last night, the Yellowstone. So.
Yep. What do you think of that? I'm actually watching it again. I liked it a lot.
We started it.
I wish they'd toned down the language and some of that stuff in it, but the rest of it it's a good show.
We started binge watching it again. I say binge watching it. We have time for about one episode a night. Right. My wife and I, of course, Lil B doesn't get to watch that show.
No.
But yeah, we like it a lot. Kevin Costner to me is up there with Robert Duvall and. A lot of those guys.
He just would not have ever made Waterworld.
Oh, I know, right? I still, it was funny because about a year ago, I was like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to make it all the way through this movie, and I couldn't. It's horrendous. But I heard Longmire, too.
I've heard that that's a good one. I haven't really got into that one, but that's one I probably need to watch. So, okay. Well, if you're watching us this morning and you're superstitious, we'd love to know what you're superstitious about.
Well, it's already started.
I lost my footrest.
It's already started, folks, here at the K-ROG.
The studio's falling apart on us right now. Now, these footrests, they keep coming loose. I keep screwing them back on, but that's the first time one's fallen off right in the middle of the show, so that's pretty good.
Hey, we'll be fine. That's it.
We'll be fine. That's it, unless the whole chair collapses on me here in a minute. I hope that doesn't happen. But if you're superstitious, drop us a comment. Let us know what you're superstitious about. Lots of things happening in the money world. My Bitcoin is going nuts.
Yeah.
I bought some Bitcoin. It jumped up there. But so that's pretty cool. And, of course, my investment in ammunition has gone up.
Yeah. Just having ammunition is an investment right now. Mm-hmm. I went to get her some rounds for not thinking about it, just thinking, well, I went to get her some 243 rounds for her gun. And I get there and it's shotgun shell only. And 300 mag, And I'm like, wow. Nowhere. I went to Bass Pro Academy everywhere. The local guys always go there, but it was a Sunday and they were closed. So, I don't know.
One of the things that the Biden campaign or administration is proposing to do is to ban all online sales of firearms and ammunition. Mm-hmm. Well, that's going to be tough because I most of my ammunition purchases are online because it's hard to find around here.
Yeah.
But 380 is a popular carry round for people that carry concealed, and but it's an expensive round. It's one of the more expensive handgun rounds to buy. It usually would go around for almost 50 cents a round, which is pretty high.
Yep.
I got an ad from one of the places where I buy some ammunition. They're like, special purchase 380 rounds, 100 round box, $199.98 plus shipping.
Wow.
$2 a round, so like 4
Wow.
times what it used to cost. So, and I know people are having a hard time finding their hunting rounds and all of that stuff too. So
Yeah, and I'm curious. I mean, because rifle season starts tomorrow. Unless you had rounds, I mean, you're not going.
I don't think so. No, I don't think you're going to get them. But yeah, at any rate, last topic for today. We got this vaccine announcement, which bumped the stock market. But I was reading recently that this vaccine, they say, has some pretty horrendous side effects. Actually,
I saw that last night. So you got to ask yourself, what's is it more advantageous to take the vaccine, or is it just to get the flu?
Yeah. I don't know. The thing is, though, it looks like there are some advocates worldwide and stateside both that are saying, if you don't have the vaccine, then you're not going to be allowed to participate in certain things.
Yeah.
Like maybe you can't go to a restaurant without showing your vaccine card. That's scary.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what when we start talking. I know a lot of people are out there and like government control. I don't get too into that. I don't get too worried about that. But it's the little things I get worried about.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people think someday you're going to see tanks coming down our road and the government's saying, hey, that's not how they're going to control us.
No.
If they're going to control us, it's going to be in ways like that. To where you either take the vaccine or
We're not going to make you take the vaccine.
Yeah.
We're just not going to let you go.
Yeah, you can't eat anywhere.
You just can't leave your house.
Yeah. Good luck buying food. And
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. But, and I was thinking, because, they're always, Kamala Harris has got her, we're going to take all your guns. And I think you're exactly right. People think about that like, they're going to come, stormtroopers marching, come to your house and take all your guns. They're not going to do
Nope.
that. They're going to say, well, we don't want to take your guns, but nobody really needs, an AR-15. So we're just going to, we're going to get rid of the AR-15s. And then it's going to be, handguns are the problem. So we're going to take the handguns. You keep your shotguns, keep your hunting rifles. And it's like, well, nobody needs a right. And it's going to be that frog in the boiling pot. They're going to do it piece by piece by piece. And because that makes it more less people are going to be willing to resist that.
Well, and I mean, you think of it in this aspect, if you wanted to really take people's guns right now, tax them. Mm-hmm.
Well, they proposed that $200 a gun,
and you say an AR is $1,000 a year, and your handgun's $200. There's people that would give their guns back because simply they couldn't afford it. Mm-hmm. So
well, that's why I sold all of mine.
I told you the other day, I unfortunately had a boating accident.
You did? Yeah, I heard that you lost all your
my guns went to the bottom of the lake.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Oh, well, I saw that sonar. Somebody's sonar is picking up all the guns.
Yeah.
On the lake. Yeah.
My GPS was off too, so I have no idea where they're at.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I hate it. So.
Yeah.
Can I mention one thing real quick?
Please do.
Will? Hey, last night, if you guys didn't catch, we had an amazing event. And weren't you proud last night?
I really was. That we could do this as a community. Yeah, I was proud of K-ROG, and that's probably a lot of hubris on my part. But
no,
I was really happy.
I was too. And a lot of people out there, I don't know if they know how much time like you've spent doing this, and I've spent doing this, and it's absolutely 100% for the community. We don't get paid anything, we don't make anything, but it's our way of getting news to the community. We partnered with Young Life last night, and we had a bunch of kids in here. We had the leaders in here. One, it made me feel proud because we can do that, but two, if you guys haven't seen that, go back and watch the show. It's an hour and a half long, but it's fun. But support Young Life. I mean, this is for the kids in our community. This is for being able to give them a platform to learn and understand about Jesus, and just really be a small community of kids that worship together. And it's an amazing group. So
yeah, and they dovetail really nicely with the local churches. They're not competing.
Nope.
They're going after kids that maybe don't have a church, won't go to church, and they've got a great model for doing that. They've been very, very successful. That's really cool.
Yeah, Sarah does a great job. I mean, she is so energetic. So
hey, one thing before we wrap up. I want to plug me.
Yes.
Real quick. So you work with people and their finances, right? How many of your clients do you think have an adequate estate plan?
I mean, I stay on them. But it's one of my biggest worries for people.
So as I've been doing estate planning now for several years, I've found that there's a couple of things. People are afraid that the process is complicated, and they're afraid of how much it's going to cost. So I have created, and you don't know about it, I haven't told you about this yet. It's called Simple Trust. And so for less than the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you can have a simple estate plan, a trust that avoids probate, get your stuff where it needs to go, gets it to your kids the way you want it, and all you have to do is go to simple.willworsham.com and schedule your free appointment.
Yes, and I do know because my wife saw it and she's like, "We need to talk to Will." So I do know about it because she's and what I think a lot of people think too, well, I don't have the assets, or I don't have this, or I don't need a trust. Well, you need to talk to somebody because a lot of times I think you really do. I'm not an attorney by any means, but you're the pro at that. But I think a lot of times they do need to look at and do some financial estate planning. So.
Well, it's become kind of a mission for me because I've seen two things happen. I've seen people that say, "Oh, I don't really have anything, I don't need anything," and then they die, and their family's left trying to sort out this mess because they had stuff in their name, and so. How do I pay for it? How do I get it in my name? Well, you got to go to probate. You got to go to court, and it could have been done so simple. And the other thing I find is that people maybe go and pay a lawyer and get a trust, but nobody teaches them how to use it. So the plan I've put together includes lifetime support. Lifetime support for your estate plan. You've got a conduit where you can contact us and say, "Hey, I just bought a new house. What do I need to do?" And we'll tell you.
And the government will probate anything. Alicia's grandmother died. And several years ago, but she had one of those old Lincoln cars, and it was worth, I don't know, $1,000 or something. And I think the family was wanting to just give it to one of the kids turning 16 to have a car. Nope, had to go through probate first. It was the only thing that was not inside that had not been transferred on death or paid on death. But had to go through probate.
It can be easy and inexpensive, very affordable. And unfortunately, lawyers for a lot of years have made it hard and expensive. And it doesn't have to be that way. I figured out how to make it affordable and easy for people. So please just go to simple.willworsham.com and make your appointment today.
And you got your link in the comments, right?
I'll drop the link in the comments. I sure will. Very good. Thanks for being here, John.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Appreciate that. We'll be back next week.
Sunday, real quick. Chain Gang, 7 p.m. live. Ryan is out of town. He's on vacation this week, so I've got a special co-host. Little B will be with me.
Right.
And we've got the softball girls coming. So.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Great. We'll join the Chain Gang Sunday night at 7 o'clock.
There you go.
See you then.
Bye, guys.